to create something in physical reality. You have to think about that. Something that is completely powerful. You have us coming together and creating a life. Energy coming from us that is powerful. Like, we just take it for granted. It is downplayed because of abortions or what have you. And we don't really understand what's taking place on an energetic level, that we come together and are able to produce a life that carries a piece of us with it. It's an amazing thing. So you have masculine and feminine energy being able to manifest physical reality. Keep that in mind. Think about that. But this is one of the reasons why they must destroy the black family. And we're going to get into this a little bit more. This is one of the reasons why we have the separation and why they are controlling us the way that they are and doing what they are doing to our black women, because of this reason. They understand the power and what we could possibly do. You gotta understand why it was so important for a king to have a queen and for a queen to have a king. One, there has to be an heir. An heir must be produced. But two, when you also understand about energy and how that energy is going to be passed down to this now child, it's a way of you understanding how you're going to live forever. Your essence is going to carry on. Your energy is going to keep carrying on in multiple different fleshes. So imagine if when you had that union, the energies before you, the ancestors coming back through your seed, already within you as well. It's the mind-boggling thing when you really think about it. But you produced an heir, you produced a line. So now eventually you're going to be able to come back through that line forever, for infinity. But imagine being able to come back with the same consciousness and understanding and knowledge of your past lives. And that's kind of sort of what it's about. The flesh can be destroyed, but guess what? We can recreate you and bring you back. And when you really think about this deeply and understand the possibilities, the implications of it, this is something that, of course, they would never want us to ever figure out. So as I said, when you look at Kemet, we see the dualistic aspects of many of the deities. It's the same thing in Hinduism. You look at a lot of the Hindu gods, they have dualistic gods. I mean, some of them are split right down the middle, male and female. And a quick example you have here, the name is tricky, it's Ardharnarishvarna. And it says here, the Shaktas consider the Devi, goddess, as the very source of all creation. Hence, they consider goddess Ardharnarishvarna to be the supreme creator who split her own body into half man and half woman. According to them, the supreme one should be female. And it is the female species that gives birth to all existence. The Shaktas depict the goddess producing Shiva from her own form, thereby balancing her own feminine qualities with his masculine ones. In the Aztec mythology, you have Omni Theat, which Omni means two. Theat means cosmic energy. Now, the Omni Theat is considered to be the lord of duality, being simultaneously male and female, carrying light, darkness, order, and chaos. Now, in the Greek mythology, you have Phanes. People know about Phanes in Greek mythology. And it talks about before the world was created, you had this egg. And you had basically inside this egg so much chaos and disorder, what have you. And then you had Kronos come and basically split the egg along with Ananke, who is the god of inevitability. You have Kronos being the god of time. You have Ananke being the god of inevitability. So we can see how they go hand in hand. Now, when they split this cosmic egg, you had Phanes come out. And Phanes has two heads, dualistic gender, male and female, a snake wrapped around him, as you can see, like golden wings, like bull horns or bull heads sticking out his sides, all kinds of stuff. It was called the primordial god, the one who creates life or begins life. And remember, if you Greek mythology, Zeus basically eats him and assimilates his power into himself, which is how he's basically able to, free Olympus and be able to have the power to go against the Titans or what have you. Greek mythology is so crazy and it's deep when you get into it, and then when you start to understand how you can trace the stuff back to Kemet and how they stole it and was really able to turn it into some outrageous, mythology, it's crazy. But you have, and you'll keep finding throughout the ancient world, the mythologies of dualistic beings, as I said. Even you have hermaphroditus in Greek mythology, same thing. Remember, he went into the pool with one of the nymphs who basically fell in love with him and basically prayed to the gods that they fuse together into one body. So you're going to find it replete throughout the ancient world with these deities split down the middle, half man, half woman, and it dealing with the universe and creation itself. So again, we go back to Genesis, and as I talked about, Genesis 5, when it said, God blessed them and called their name Adam. And as I broke it down, you can understand it's talking about male and female energy into one body. But then, it makes sense when you understand that. But if you know about the Kabbalah, and the Kabbalah, remember, Adam is dualistic. Adam is a hermaphrodite. He's male and female in the Kabbalah. And that's one of the things a lot of people understand about that dualistic nature. So see, now it makes sense when you go into the Kabbalah, and you can see that the Kabbalah is telling you straight out that, Adam represents male and female. But you can only go by what you have been taught. It's going to be impossible for you or hard for you to go ahead and comprehend information without the comprehension. You can only comprehend on the level that you was taught. You can only piece things together on the level that you was taught. So the more knowledge that you have, the more you know, the more you can sit around and think and ponder and maybe eventually put together the knowledge you need to decipher something. But, if you think 2 + 2 is 7, you're going to have a hard time. Somebody taught you that your whole life. As I said, you think that he means a man and that it is genderless, basically. It can fit male and female. But if you think it just fit a man, you're going to have a hard time. So, and the Kabbalion is given to you right there. But of course, we wasn't brought up with the stuff. A lot of people don't know about it. So it's just automatically your brain is going to go to what you was taught. So Merkabah, of course, I got a lot of slack about the name, me being a Hebrew killer, crushing Hebrews all day long. And of course, I understand the Hebrew nature of the name Merkabah. But what you have to understand is, and what most of these Hebrews won't point out, is who the Jewish mystics is. And I call myself the real Merkabah, actually, but Merkabah fits just as well because this fits what they stole from Kemet, which is why I took the name. But these Jewish or so-called Jews are smart because they are basically given the glory to Kemet, and they are basically given the glory to energy and everything like that. And they are basically people who was born Jews, and they basically understood what it was talking about. And they like, man, get this fakakta crap out of here. We know what it's really talking about. Why don't we just give it to the people straight up? And you have the Kabbalah, and you have other things that these mystics put out to try to, put, a more easier understanding on what they have hid in the Bible and the Torah. So now it says here, Adam and Eve were Siamese twins. The first Adam, Eve, is called by the Kabbalists Adam Ha-Rishon, primordial human consciousness. This in no way resembled the human form as we know it. The Jewish sages speak of it in hyperbole, which hyperbole basically means to not take literal. It has stupendous proportions reaching from earth to heaven. It stood astride earth from one end to the other. It could see to the far reaches of the universe, for the light at that time was called Orin Sof, the limitless light, a metaphor of pure awareness. Adam Ha-Rishon did not see with eyes. It saw with an immeasurable knowing. Think about that. This teaches that as each and every mortal begin is a spark from the original Adam Ha-Rishon, we all have the potential to perceive everything knowable in this universe. Have you ever heard a Hebrew speak this way? Adam and Eve were born simultaneously, side by side or back to back, attached like Siamese twins. And it says twice in Genesis, male and female, it created them. To separate them in biblical language is to say that God took one of Adam's sides. In Zoharic language, it says, God sawed Eve off of him. But there you have it, people. As far as masculine and feminine energy and how it really deals with manifestation, bringing things into the physical realm, tapping into who you really are, both of your powers becoming one. This is why everything is so perverted and corrupted. Sex, love, marriage, even us coming together on a friendly plane with women. It's like everything has been perverted and destroyed, so we don't understand how we need each other on a masculine, feminine level. You have people who can't even, respect women. When you have an entire faith like Islam that really treats the woman the way they do, and you have these faiths that, and these people, these whole, entertainment industry and everything that's completely destroying a woman in your mind, or, making a man look a certain way in your mind, you are never going to be able to really come together or embrace or tap into the masculine or feminine side of yourself. It's not going to happen. So you have women looking at men as pocketbooks, money. What can you do for me? You have men looking at women sexually. How big her ass is, how big her titties is. What her lips look like, her face, her feet even. Lust. Not who she is, and not about, coming together with her and having her unlock your feminine energy and creating something unbelievable, or even doing energy work and working together on bringing the energy out of you, awakening the energy within you. It's deep, and it's much deeper than what I'm talking about here. I'm going to have to go into this later. But, excuse me, they have to destroy the family. They have to do it, especially the black family. It wasn't so much just the fact that we're black and they took everything and generational wealth. It's an energetic part to it as well, as I explained. If the black family, the black man and woman, is allowed to unite and then understand spiritually who they really are and come together, then it's nothing that they're not going to be able to do. Plain and simple. There's nothing. And this is one of the things the Bible handed about, as I talked about earlier. When we was one, we came together, we was one. That's what it's about. They are one. One. Remember, it says that in Genesis. Now, nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. The people are one. They have the power. They can manifest. They can create. They can do anything now because they are their true selves. And they destroyed that. And this is just a metaphor for everything. So with the black family, us coming together and us working on who we are and understanding our history and everything like that, and the power that we generate, the power that we create, us, one, tapping into that and understanding how they're manipulating that power and using it to create the reality. Because we are the only ones that can manifest this physical reality. They cannot. They cannot do it. It is us that is running this thing, that is controlling this thing. But they are manipulating us and controlling us to create what we see today. And it's going to be hard for a lot of you to accept. It's going to sound far-fetched, but that's what's going on. I said this a long time ago on YouTube. Everything is about us. It's all about us. Everything that's happening on this planet is about us. And so many people ask me, what am I talking about? What does that mean? What do I mean by that? And that's what I mean by that. And I said it before. They are using our energy and consciousness to manifest the reality that they want. And the reason why they put this stuff out there, all of this information that's going out there, and why it seems like they're trying to tell us stuff and everything like that, is because they are manipulating us to create this reality. Everybody follows us. Everybody copies and mimics us. Our consciousness is what drives everything. And if you control the consciousness, you can control the atmosphere. You can control what's going on this planet. You can control what's taking place, how the people are thinking, what they take in. You do that, and then you throw in on top of that the fact that they are manipulating and, brainwashing white folks, white supremacy and everything else that's going on. Plain and simple, they are being lied to and controlled as well. But as far as the energy that is moving everything, that is shaping everything, it is us. Plain and simple. It's hard for people to understand, but as we go along, and as I continue to put out this information, you're going to get it 100%. And you're going to understand what I truly mean by that. because there's a lot more to this. There's a lot more to it. It's a lot more than masculine and feminine energy. So as far as applying this information to your life and using it to better your situation, it's all about knowledge. Plain and simple. It's all about knowledge. It's all about you knowing. But then, at the same time, even if you know, you can't manifest. You can't use your power unless you are tapping into the other side of yourself. If you're a man, you need to be tapping into your feminine energy. And I'm not talking about being, LBGT or anything like that. I'm talking about you understanding the spiritual side of yourself, because you're masculine, you're a man. You are the physical. What's locked away is the spiritual. And for the women, they are, spiritual. They are more spiritually tuned than us. What's locked away is the physical. They must come together, yin and yang, positive, negative energy, masculine, feminine energy. It's right there in front of you. You need to tap into that. That's what it is. That's what it's about. And in order for you to have success, you need to know. So with knowledge, as I said, is having information, knowing. You will not succeed in life if you have not made a plan, because you don't know what to do. You don't have any steps planned out. See, a lot of y'all walking around hoping, waiting for it to happen, thinking that your moves is going to result in something good for you. And a lot of times the things that happen for you are, the good things that happen are, you completely oblivious of. It's somebody else doing, or you don't even really understand the actions that you have made that resulted in you getting something good. Plain and simple. So, for instance, if you want, let's just say, do something simple like to get a new car. If you sat down and contemplated, what do I need to do to get this car? See, we're thinking about fast money, fast money, fast money. What do I got to do? And you said to yourself, well, I'm going to set aside $200 a paycheck, for this whole year. And then when I get my income tax money, I'm going to add that to that, and boom, it's going to be enough to get me a car. And that was your plan. That was your whole frame of mind. Working, putting money aside, saving it. You are now generating the energy. You created the energy that you are following now. And that energy has an end. That information has an end. The point of that information, you are now in formation to reach the end, which your goal is that car. And if you follow and stay in formation, the end will be there, which will be that car. As soon as you break formation, it's over. But now you have to think about it energetically as well, that this formation is it's locked in you, it's in you. You know what you want, it's in there. You don't even realize that, as we talked about in frequency, you have created an energy, a frequency that has to do with money, that has to do with this car. And your goal to get that, you are now attracting this like energy to you. So while you're on this path to try to reach that end, you are attracting things that's going to help you get there faster without you even knowing it. So while you seeking and working and trying to get this car and everything like that, other good stuff is going to start coming to you dealing with money. And you will eventually attract this stuff to you to where you reach your goal faster than you even thought of, because your whole mindset, your energy was focused on that. And some people can't do one, let alone multiple, so they don't get nowhere. So, I don't brag. I don't like to brag about what I got and everything like that, but I'm good. And, some people start to see, I live by this. This has been my philosophy for a long time, and I've made good money off of following it. So even still, when I put up the GoFundMe, as I said to you guys, I said, it's going to happen. I'm never negative. That's another thing that's going to destroy any success in your life. Doubt, fear, negativity, get it away from you. It's real. It's real. Get it away from you. It's going to hinder you in every way. Everybody walking around like, man, it's not going to happen for me. It's not going to work out for me. You be down on yourself, sad. Don't do that to yourself. You destroying your power. Upbeat, know that it's going to happen. So, when I put out the GoFundMe, I had 42 people donate $1,600. Wasn't worried. I did what I do, plain and simple. And, by me walking and creating a plan and doing what I wanted to do, I executed that plan and end up making the money way faster. And now I'm in a position to where I have some people that actually want to back me and give me the money, even more than I need to get the project off the ground. And it's like, wow, so even, it happened, it worked out. And this has been how I've been living my life for a long time. And I've been seeing it pay off in many different ways. It may sound spooky to you, but I have not had no bad fortune or worries or anything for years. For years. Anything I've wanted, I've got it within reason. Everything that I'm trying to get is coming. It's there, all this stupid stuff that people buy, I can go out and buy it. Choose not to. I don't want to flaunt what I have now. I like taking trips. I like studying and learning. I like teaching and helping people out. But if you learn how to apply the knowledge, the know-how to your actions, your energy, everything is going to manifest itself. Everything is going to work out for you. What's going to happen. It's just that simple. So you can't, as I said before, you're not just going to, accidentally build a computer without the know-how. You're not going to accidentally create a car without the know-how. So if you understand that it takes the know-how in order to get these complicated things, and you want something complicated in your life, you better know how to get it. Because if you know how to get it, then what? It's in you. So what's going to happen? You're going to do it normally. It's just going to happen for you. That is the secret. This is what they are using. They are confident in what they are doing because they know. They can see the outcome. They know what they're doing. And they know how to manipulate us now into getting it for them. So the knowing, that's one part. That's just one part of it. To manifest into physical reality is you meditating, you tapping into that feminine energy, that masculine energy that you have locked away, and you bringing pieces of that energy into your everyday life. And it's going to start happening without you even realizing it because you've been meditating for so long. And now that is the energy that's going to help you manifest, plain and simple. It is the masculine and feminine energy that brings us into physical reality. It'll be the masculine and feminine energy that brings what you want into physical reality. It'll create the way, it'll do what you need it to do. And as I said, a lot of this stuff sounds far-fetched and a lot of people are just not going to accept it. But I can only tell you from, experience, and, if I have to, just start doing stupid, outrageous stuff and showing you guys Bentleys and Rolls Royces and all that kind of stuff to get you to understand that this stuff is real, then that's what I'm going to do. But then when you start doing stuff like that, people call you a fraud. Oh, you just doing this for money. He ain't real. People start hating, which is why I don't do that type of stuff. And it's not in me anyway. I'm not that type of person. I'm comfortable. I can do whatever I want. I just want y'all to understand that we talk so much about coming together, and we don't realize that we're tainted. We're corrupted. You can't bring a bunch of viruses into a situation. You're going to get, massacred. We are all corrupted. Everybody's corrupted. Everybody got opinions and thoughts and ideas. So everybody's so busy trying to unite and unify. If you fixed yourself, everybody got conscious and fixed themselves, the problem will fix itself. It's just that simple. Everybody not going to be able to do what you do. It's not going to happen. A lot of people are worried about their family. Excuse me. Get people talking about, their spouses and wives. Everybody not going to be able to do it. Everybody not going to be able to jump on board with this consciousness and understanding. So you got to be like, forget them. They're part of the problem. You need to fix yourself. If you fix yourself and became successful, help who you can, teach your children, and they do the same, the problem will fix itself. We're never going to come together. It's not going to happen. We're not going to unify and unite. It's not going to happen. I'm not trying to be negative or anything like that. It's not. It's not. If somebody like Umar, Dr. Umar, can be trying to build a school, I talked about this on Facebook, Instagram. Somebody like Dr. Umar could be trying to build a school to help our boys. We don't give him the money to do it, but we give our oppressors the money to oppress us? What does that tell you? We come together and give the money to rap artists. We go march and protest to get rap artists out of prison. But we don't give money to somebody who's trying to build a school for our boys. Now, everybody could have criticized him and said anything he wanted to say if he reached the goal of what he needed for the school. You know how much money it take to do that? He need millions. He need millions. Not no thousands or 100,000. He need millions for that. Now, had he got the money and the school didn't get built, people can say what they want to say. But the dude got a history. And I don't agree with everything that he talks about. I don't agree with everything that he does. But I know for certain this dude is trying to help black people. But if we can't come together and do that, which I have donated if anybody want to ask, but if we can't come together and do that, that tells you it's not going to happen. You know, you look at people like Patrice Lumumba and Marcus Garvey, you know, Malcolm X, Dr. King, our leaders, you know, Khalid Muhammad. Black brothers killed by black people. What does that tell you? Black people setting them up, trading on us. We ain't coming together. If you don't fix yourself, it's not going to happen. You fix yourself and you spread a little bit of information, then maybe those people are, you know, secretly, personally fix themselves and so on and so forth. And that fixes the problem. Then all of us doing this, getting this knowledge in secret, and then when we come together, we already know. We conscious, we woke, we know what it's about. We ain't got to sit there and dialogue and debate about religion and stuff like that because we have went and within ourselves and figured out the truth and found ourselves. And now we come together and the problem fixes itself automatically. So it ain't going to be no, you know, boycotting Christmas and Black Friday and all that type of stuff. That's not going to happen. It's not going to never work. Fix yourself, worry about yourself. Everything else, fix itself. So yeah, I want to thank you guys taking the time to watch and support. I really appreciate it. If I sound a little off, I just got 2 teeth removed. So I still wanted to finish this. I started before I got the teeth removed, but when I went to the dentist, it was like some things had to go. So, you know, a little bit groggy, a little bit maybe, my voice, but I wanted to get this done and get this out because I haven't put out DVD in a while, and a lot of people been asking for this joint. And as I said, you know, this goes with, you know, the energy and frequency and puts everything together, you know, to give us, you know, manifestation, knowledge, understanding, masculine, feminine energy, and how to apply it. And for those of you who get it and accept this information and implement it in your life, you're going to see changes. You can't go wrong doing right. It's just, you just can't do it. If you stay positive, you do what you're supposed to do, you follow the plan. You know, sometimes, you know, the plan don't work out or something happened to mess up the situation. That just means you planned poorly or you didn't have a contingency. You know, you got to think about that stuff too. Or your plan was too complicated. Sometimes things is real simple, you know, and then even when stuff don't work out the way you planned it to, you can't just jump off. You know, you got to stick with it and just, you know, band-aid that shit. Band-aid it and, you know, get back on a horse, keep it moving. And don't get down on yourself, man. That's the one thing I just can't stress, man. That negative, that shit will kill you. Like, you will, it's stress and heart disease. Man, that shit is from stress. Don't stress yourself out, man. Don't worry about what he got, what she got, what they doing, where they at with their money. Don't worry about your 9 to 5 and what you got to do and how you feeding your kids or feeding yourself. Just do what you got to do. But have a plan. Have an exit strategy. You know, have a way to get where you want to be at in life. It's a lot of people that's never going to reach their goal or never do anything they really want to do in life. They're just going to survive. You know, my uncle called them earth dwellers. My uncle always say that, you know, earth dwellers. And they ain't serving no purpose. You know, ain't trying to do anything special, just trying to get by. You know, you're just an earth dweller. Don't be that. Don't be, you know, just trying to get by every day, paycheck to paycheck. And I mean, I wouldn't sit here and tell you all this stuff, you know, if it wasn't real. You know, I'm sitting in an apartment, luxury apartment in Las Vegas. I live anywhere I want to live at, do whatever I want to do. I have plenty of money. It's no problem. I'm getting ready to spend thousands of my own money to bring you guys something amazing. And, you know, contrary to popular belief, I'm not making a killing off these DVDs. And again, I apologize for the price having to go up because their prices went up, so they raised mine. So that's just the nature of the game. But I'm not making a killing off of this stuff. A lot of people think because I got 40,000 subscribers that I'm selling, you know, at least 1,000. So, you know, I'm making like 30,000 per DVD. No, they're not going to let that happen. They're not going to let that happen. And I talked about this before. My shit is censored. My links are sabotaged. People try to click on it and buy. They can't buy. No, there's no way. I would have been I would have been stinking rich off of DVDs by now if just 1,000 of the people who watched bought. But these people ain't letting that happen. They ain't gonna let us get rich off of that shit. And it's already been proven. You know, I put up a video on Facebook about how they, when you go ahead and set your advertisement to certain things, that it don't reach who you targeted to reach. Like, it's all a big scam, man. That's why they censoring my shit. Like, they know who I am by now. I'm on a list. I'm on somebody's list somewhere. I don't care. I know where I'm at. You know, I know what's going on. So I don't worry about that type of stuff. But this information is important. That's why I put it out on DVD. So you guys can get it. You can save it somewhere. You can lock it away. Do what have you. Because, as I said before, the YouTube thing ain't going to last forever. It's going to be gone. Or it's going to be to a point where, you know, you got to pay for it somehow. You know, they're going to figure out some type of way. But I don't think no time soon. You know, we'll have our time to get through everything before, you know, they do that. But I know they're going to get a fight when they try. But it's just so much that we got to get into. And we will, you know, and we will. But I wanted to make this DVD and get this out to you guys. And appreciate the support. And appreciate everybody. You know, follow me on Instagram at The Real Merkabah, of course. A lot of things coming up this year. I know a lot of people are still asking, like, where's the book? Where's the book? Real quick before I go, let me explain. Because of the book, you know, the second book will probably be out, but I don't want to release it until I release the first book. And the reason why it's been a holdup and what set me back, of course, politics. These people, the church, whoever owns this crap. Because there are certain pictures and passages from books that I want to use. Old biblical books and references I wanted to use. You got to get permission. And I've been turned down. So I had to go and fight for, you know, freedom of information. I had to fight for fair use. And they know I'm going to win. They just want to hold up the process, which I have won. You know, 7 that I was facing. I've won 4 so far. The other 3 I'm going to win. And then I can go ahead and get everything clear to get the book out. So they just trying to hold it up. And this is the type of stuff you face when you do stuff like this. But it'll be out. It'll be out soon. It'll come out. Those of you who have supported and have always bought, I know who you are. You will get a free book. I bullshit you not. Signed and all that, whatever you want. I'm going to make sure you guys get a book because it's been, you know, it's these same 100 people that, you know, I see all the time that support. And I see when everybody buys anything, I see the names pop up. So I know who these people is. I know your addresses. So you're going to get the shit in the mail before anybody get it. You're going to be the first ones. So you're not even going to know when it's coming. It's just going to come. And you'll see it. But I appreciate you guys' support. And yeah, see you guys next video. And I have Ancient History Volume 2 coming out next after this one. And this one is, yeah, you want to see it. But thanks for watching. See you guys next video.